To Tunisia, Chiles is an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to complete a game of chimps using just 2 towers. Let's try and doing this today with the Absolute Zero and the Apache Prime helicopter. I think it goes without saying that on Resort, this is the most viable option to put your ice tower, your tack shooter, etc., which has a short range but spans outwards when it comes to its attacks. While it's tempting, we don't necessarily want to start upgrading just yet, and I'll show you when we get to a defeated screen. I know it sounds really weird, but there's a particular interaction with the ice tower when it comes to trying to get the amount of money in which we need in order to either get a Heli Pilot or a Super Monkey. So there's this in question down here, this blue balloon. We need to somehow slow this down, but if we slow them down too much, as in like apply with permafrost too quickly, then we won't be able to actually slow it down enough to a trickle where we'll be able to control the scenario there. We'll always have either a red balloon escape or, in other cases, a blue balloon escape. So you have to upgrade your ice tower when it's like the third interval of the ice tower firing. Just waiting for this one red balloon that's been permafrosted to come back around so you can continue with the game. 14, a whole bunch of yellow balloons, no thank you, and we have the money now for the Heli Pilot to be plopped down, but until we get the razor rotors, it'll be ill-advised pairing this with the ice tower directly next to each other because, well, the darts can't really pop anything if they're frozen. I mean, the balloons are frozen. I think regardless of what ice tower you're going for the 2 tower chimps achievement, if you're not pursuing the top cross path for at least just the tier 2 upgrade, then I'm not too sure on what to say. Both lead popping potential and camo popping potential. It used to be called metal freeze where it would just be able to pop lead balloons, but now it can do both camo and lead, which is very nice. One of the most powerful upgrades for the price in which you pay for it, enabling you to essentially have the means of popping lead balloons. I've already gone over it, I know. White balloons, yes, the ice towers, ice monkeys, not very cool friend, even though the ice does make things cool. Round 24, soloed by the Ice Monkey here. Let's see, what can we do here? I'm going to go for... Firstly, I'm going to not go on Pursuit, even though that seems like the better option. Rounds 95 and 99 are going to be very important rounds for us because we need to time our Absolute Zero abilities when they are most optimal, so then we can freeze as many DDTs on the screen, but at the same time we still need to use it so that, well, we have some use of it when it can actually come back on its cooldown. You know, getting as many AZs as possible, but at the same time we still need to use it regardless. And with Razor Rotors, our heli is now able to pop frozen and lead balloons and also get ourselves some IFR, because I don't see this being able to camo solo everything on the field. Do you think that's a good idea? Not too sure with an Apache Prime scenario you could get away with a, let's say, a 520 Super Brittle and a 502 Heli, because this can de-camo, but at the same time I'd rather not deal with those camo white balloons that appear on round 37 just with the ice tower. I don't fancy it. There are 2 tower chimp records of this doing an ice solo, not this particular tower, but like Icicle Impale, and I think Super Brittle as well. But I'm not silly enough to pursue that kind of thing. Getting the timings correct, it's like trying to do a 2 wizard 2 tower chimp sort of thing. It's like, I need to project the fireballs at a correct time and make sure my attacks are not too powerful for my wizard, so then they don't pop all of the regrow yellow balloons, so we can use those as the means of being able to pop the purple balloons. Anyways, round 40, we'll get Snowstorm. I think that will be the extent of our upgrades for the moment for our ice tower here, because I think now we are are going to go up to Apache Dartship. So someone wanted to see the absolute zero scoring the 2 megapops achievement, and you're sort of getting your wish, but it's going to be the other tower here which is going to get the 2 megapops. Yes, I'm very confident that we can get the 2 megapops and the 2 tower chimps achievements today, all in the same run. No, this is not cornfield. We cannot get the no harvest as well. I can imagine Ryan putting himself up for the challenge of getting all 3 achievements on the same run. You know, no harvest, 2 megapops, and 2 tower chimps. 49 is what we call a very cringe round here. Our Razor Rotors are getting pierce capped, and we are dying to our mortal enemy once again in a scenario. What about if I just freeze the ceramics earlier on so they're easier to handle? Hopefully we can do this. This is looking much better than last time, though they are starting to escape, but they are in smaller numbers trying to escape, and we need to control all of these regrow balloons. I might have made a mistake actually of going to Snowstorm first. Perhaps I should have went with Apache Dartship before Snowstorm. This would be nice if we had an ability on cooldown, but in this case we don't at the moment. How will we fare on this round with an inferior ice monkey compared to what we tried to do on our first time around? That's absolutely fine. Those pink balloons that could have given us some potential issues there, but that's why we move our heli around manually. Okay, here's a good example. Ignore the zebra one there, but as you can tell, the regrow balloons are not regrowing while encased in ice. Although around 47 could be a potential issue. Thanks, yellow balloon. You just had to do that, didn't you? Yes. Move our heli around so our darts can do something. Okay, I think that is what we need. Just move the heli ever so slightly so that your darts are able to do some damage and not hit frozen balloons where it just doesn't do anything. End of round 48, and now we have the money for the Apache Dartship, which means we can now do round 49. No problem whatsoever. And this is the beginning of you not doing a big amount of moolah, as in pops, sorry. A big amount of pops. Some pops, yes, but not many pops. Okay, so we've upgraded this to a snowstorm, but I am wondering if we should just keep it as a snowstorm for the time being until we get the Apache Prime, because we may be able to get the Apache Prime before the 80s occur, which would be very good because Apache Dartship past round 80 is not a very good tower. It needs a lot of buffs to be able to pop all of those super ceramics, whereas the Apache Prime can do that with little effort. You know what, for the time being, I will put you on pursuit. Though if we do find a round in which we will struggle on, we will go back to follow mouse to fully utilize the Razor Rotors. It was either this update or the previous update where the Apache Dartship was given a slight buff where it now travels the same amount of speed as the Apache Apache Prime does, as like the speed in which it moves around on the map. Fortified Moabs, no work whatsoever. Required to take them down. Okay, round 63. Now for the 2 megapops achievement, you wouldn't normally have your ice tower in a position like this, but we're also pursuing the 2 tower chimps achievement as well, which means we need to put you here. But it's not like we need to keep out of the way for this to stop this getting the 2 megapops achievement to begin with, since this does very little damage, but your utility is very, very vital for this run. And okay, you made it very far into the map. I might have to switch up my gameplay tactics here if we're gonna do this. I wonder what kind of random introductions I will spew in the future, because I've actually quite enjoyed not just saying like 2 megapops is an achievement or 2 TC is an achievement. You know what I'm talking about, and you see it in the video title. Well, so I'm going to ask a genuine question here. In a 2 megapops achievement scenario, do you think that using Geraldo is cheating? I mean, Geraldo is a part of the game, so how on earth is using Geraldo considered cheating? For goodness sakes. For some scenarios, you have to use Geraldo in order to help your 2 mega popping tower be able to get to the finish line. So I don't understand why some people think that using Geraldo is cheating when it comes to support. Next up would be Absolute Zero is cheating, Overclock is cheating, Gluestorm is cheating, etc. Insert tower name is cheating. I just think that some people have super specific individualistic conveniences that everybody else has to abide by that, which is really annoying. Anyways, ignoring sad people in the comment sections below. That is just, by the way, the sheer minority of people. I'm talking about a needle in a haystack, and that needle is kind of rusty. You don't really want to pick it up, or if you do, you need to wash your hands straight away. That kind of thing. I mean, people are entitled to their own opinions, but when you try and force your own opinions down other people's throats, now that's when things become dicey. Not the opinion itself, but the angle of the opinion. So we are 8k away from the Apache Prime, which means we will be able to go Transformer mode once we go up to Apache Prime. I will never again try and do a Transformer transforming sound effect. That was really poor. But do you know what is priceless, regardless of your wealth at this given point in time? If you can leave a like on the video, comment, and as well subscribe so that you can see videos like this in the future. And if we ever hit 100,000 subscribers, then I will be doing a death compilation on every single video that I have done on the channel so far, where I have died to a yellow balloon. It is like a yellow balloon death montage, and this video has certainly contributed towards that. So if you can subscribe sooner rather than later, it means I've got less videos to comb through. Yeah, but it's up to you. You are the decider if you want to click that subscribe button or not. Don't let me tell you what to do, but a recommendation. I recommend you to click that subscribe button, but recommend doesn't always mean you have to. Also, we've got the Transformer now. Flaretimus Prime has been assembled. Time to die, balloons! Now, I highly doubt, I would think it would be impossible to try and do this combination while just sticking to Snowstorm. You need some utility against the DETs, considering this has limited damage against DETs. I say limited because only the plasmas that it shoots at the front of its helicopter, along with the Razor Rotors themselves, can damage DETs. The lasers and the missiles, no, DETs say, nah, I don't fancy being damaged by that, thank you very much. It has 4 damage types, 4 different weaponries on board that helicopter. Also, now we've got the Apache Prime. I think this was the correct order to do it in. Otherwise, 81 and 82 would have been quite difficult to say the least. 2 0 MGs. Again, just like with every other round so far, once we got the Apache Prime, light work is being made of them all. Not absolutely necessary, but it does help control the flow of the course of this challenge by using the AZ ability every now and then. Although in the UK and definitely Europe, we need something called AC. Air conditioning. It is a foreign concept here in Europe, in which people in the Americas know all too well about. Fortified balloons, no thank you very much. Okay, round 90. How will we fare against the DETs here? So I'm thinking we can freeze you once you're there, and we made sort of work against them, but considering how long it took to pop those DETs, now imagine trying to do that on round 95, where there are 10 times more DETs to deal with. Not really what you would call a fun time, is it now? Now, what's really nice about the Absolute Zero is that when it starts attacking balloons, it can even freeze balloons which are outside of its attack radius, thanks to a buff it got in update 47, where it gains a secondary freeze attack that causes 0 damage. And that actually means that it's a good thing if you're doing the 2 megapulse achievement if he places at the very end of the track to stop balloons from being able to escape, and it occasionally is able to attack balloons by default and is able to freeze everything on the screen. Very nice, a very cool feature if you ask me. Aren't I cool? Can we do the do against all of these balloons? Right, round 94 is done. Now, this is one of the 2 big rounds in which is going to stop this combination from working, because of the sheer amount of DDTs in which we are posed against. So we need to kind of concentrate ourselves on these first few DDTs and then go from there. Hopefully I'm able to pop at least 2 more of them. Okay, now I'm going to freeze them, and hopefully I'm able to keep them in place. I know there's some regrow balloons that I need to contest with, but I'm hoping that we're able to go through all of this. I do need to recourse myself because of those regrow balloons, which is not what you call a very ideal scenario, to be honest. I need Absolute Zero to come back. Okay, it's come... this is what I was afraid of. Just loose regrow ceramics. Ooh, that's very close. That's a very, very close attempt. I just need to do a bit more damage against those last 2 DDTs before things got out of control. Oh, come off it. Really? It's always down to loose ceramics. Razor Rotors, would you do your job and pop these ceramics? You don't damage them at all at times. Oh, that last one is... I put my cursor over right-hand side of the screen, and the Heli just decides to stay over there despite being on follow mouse. UI issues. Anytime I hover over something like this, or this, or this, or that, it just stops the Heli's advancement. So annoying. Oh, the last DDT. Gosh. Sometimes I feel like this thing just doesn't do any damage despite having Pierce to be able to do damage. Oh, for goodness sakes. That was so stupid. Really? 1 pink balloon. You couldn't attack or slow down. That pink balloon was going at full speed. I'm spending too much time chasing loose balloons rather than needing to damage the targets, which are the main threat of all this. The DDTs, but no. Ninja Kiwi decides that explosives cannot hit ceramics as they inherit the properties of a DDT at times. No, it's these last 3. Even if they didn't escape, those last 3 looked barely damaged whatsoever. Oh, so random! No, I have to chase that one to... that was so close as well! If it wasn't for that green balloon, I would have had a chance then! Oh, that green balloon screwed me over! And sometimes the helicopter is just not pointing down towards where the firstmost DDT is at that given point in time. No, it just decides to aim away from anything that is a target. I've been on this round for nearly an hour now, and it's so aggravating because I've been so close on so many attempts, but the loose, little, single regrow balloon that spawns out from a DDT just decides to be immune to attack. Oh, just like that one. Oh my god, I'm spending too much time chasing loose balloons again. Would you just pop them? Stupid helicopter. Or stupid ice tower for not being able to freeze them despite the fact that there's barely any pierce going on, since everything is a big target. And some DTs are not even being damaged by the plasma blasts because the fortified Moabs keep pierce capping everything that I keep throwing at them. Oh, for goodness sakes. Let's see, are there going to be any regrows which are going to escape from this? Yep, there was one regrow green that was about to escape there. A whole bunch of ceramics there, and I can't do enough damage against these in order to save my life. It's either 2 or 3 DTs at the end, and at one point it was just one, and that one was barely damaged for some odd reason. No, I had to chase that random regrow balloon again! Oh, for goodness sakes, this again! That's just ruined my entire run. Oh, no. That's just not gonna happen. Not one bit. Some of these DTs are still barely damaged. It's like Razor Rotors don't do anything. I know they're not meant to do a huge amount of damage, but at the same time, I just want you to do, I don't know, at least something. Oh, really? Again, just another random, unpopped, single regrow balloon that's just immune to all forms of damage at any given point in time. Or it just randomly decides to have an anti-MIB trait where it's just immune to damage of all forms. What is that, Ninja Kiri? What is that? What is that? That... You see that blast at the end there? That should have killed all of them. But why is there always only one ceramic that is only partially damaged? I just need to be able to try and fathom out how to damage the backmost 2 DDTs. Because it's like they're barely receiving any damage whatsoever. It's like I'm changing up my strategy as to like what time I need. Another hour's passed, so maybe about 3 hours so far. I need a shower because this kind of thing is really annoying. Oh, that was so close, really? All because I had to chase that one regrow balloon. I was left in such a good position, but I knew the Absolute Zero couldn't handle that one regrow balloon, so I had to deviate my Apache Prime to go over here to pop that one regrow balloon, which costed me that run. Oh my god! Take them all down, please! I don't want to do this round again! No, 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 no! Please don't do that! Oh, I'm begging you, game! Don't screw me over again! Yes! Oh, that round took me 4 hours to complete! I never want to do that again. I hated every second of that round. Every single attempt. I bloody hated it. But I'm so glad it's done. I feel so defeated. I feel like I've just wasted so much time of my life. Just trying to do that one round, and we've got round 99 as well. Oh, I freaking hate the damage types on this stupid helicopter. I would rather replace the stupid lasers with frigid. Yes, I said it. I'd rather change it to the damage type that the Poseidon has, just so that I can actually do damage to DDTs. I don't care about being partially not able to pop a frozen balloon because I got 3 other attacks. I can do that. This just has so lack of a coverage with DDTs, this stupid helicopter. To think that the marine option is the best one for DDTs, because at least the marines themselves have more normal damage types. Oh goodness sakes, I feel so defeated. I don't feel like I accomplished anything except for wasting so much time of my life on such an arbitrary challenge that I can't even pronounce right. Even this round will be better than stupid round 95. I never want to do that again. Oh, please, game. Maybe I shouldn't use Absolute Zero just in case I need it. But round 99, and then I'll completely botch this entire run by using an AC when I don't need to use it. God, round 98 is such a plain thing to do. Now round 99 is stupid fortified variants. Thank you, just freeze them there. I need to do as much damage to these DDTs as possible. Oh, this is gonna take so long to take them all down. I need as much pierce impact on these DDTs as possible with the plasma and the rotors. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, don't screw me over. Please, loose regrow balloons. You're half the reason why I keep failing round 95, because of a loose balloon that keeps escaping. How the hell did I do that on my first try? Oh, that should have been just as difficult as 95. Okay, now round 100, this should be much easier. I just need to wait until the baddest pops so that then I can freeze the DTs and ZMGs in place. So then I can damage all the remnants on the inside at the same time. I'm sorry for sounding like this, viewers. I'm really sorry, but I just feel so defeated. I didn't think that it would take me that long to try and do one round, but alas. What a stupid combination that I'll never have the pleasure or the stupidityness of trying to do again. Okay, I'm going to pause you. Well, not pause you, but slow you down just in case. There we go. You don't understand how painful round 95 was for me. I really don't want to do that round again. Although I keep saying it. Okay, just wait for them to go down to Moabs and then just take them all out. Don't do this to me again. Oh, stupid energy damage type. The only benefit you have over fridges is the fact you can pop frozens, which is ideal here, but not against DDTs, which the lasers just keep shrugging off. I don't mind the explosives not damaging the DDTs. Oh, I mucked up my timing there. Hopefully it doesn't affect the run too much. I'm going to wait until they're all ceramics before I use the AZ ability, just so I have a bit more control. Okay, I'm going to use it then and there. Okay, we've got too many pots with the Apache Prime. This doesn't feel like a victory for me. I feel like I just wasted multiple hours of my life. I would rather have done super brittle and special operations all over again. Oh, I freaking hate the damage types on this. They're so varied and inconsistent. I'm finally glad it's over. I feel like that's the real victory. The fact that this challenge is finally over. You're not much of a bloody Prime. You're more like bloody Ironide that got betrayed by Sentinel in the third movie. Except you got crippled when you are ever up against a DDT. Anyways, is this a victory? No, not for me really. I feel like the victory was just ending this whole challenge. So yeah, 2 towers that begin with the letter A. Would I recommend doing this challenge? No! I recommend doing any other 2-tower chimps combination that's possible. Just because of a stupid helicopter and its lack of consistency against DDTs. But try this out if you dare. If you're wanting to subscribe still, despite my lack of skill at this game, then I'd still be very grateful for that. Honestly. Honestly. I know I shouldn't be complaining this much, but it's just such a inconsistent tower against DETs. Like Absolute Zero, sometimes the aura doesn't come into place at all. Maybe the aura itself gets pierced capped at a low number. Perhaps the attack itself can only produce its aura, like it's not passive, but it can only really initiate when it's attacking. But then again, in 2 Megapop scenarios on logs, you can clearly see that whenever they're up on the top middle of the map, that they do slow down because they are around the radius of the Absolute Zero tower. I hated this scenario, and I never ever want to do this again. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and I'm gonna ask Brickle to see if I can borrow her pistol quickly. Don't worry, I only need 1 of your bullets, just 1. Surely you can manage that since you used millions or billions of them on the balloons. And me and my lack of being able to speak properly. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves.